Hello YouTube, today we are doing a guide on how to win all of your FragPunk games as Zephyr. First, I'm going to go over all three of her abilities, so if you already know her abilities, you can skip ahead in the video. After that, I'm going to explain the three best strategies I've found to win most of your games as Zephyr, and at the very end, if you stick around, I'll give you a bonus strategy that is personally my favorite strategy. So Zephyr's first ability is her Q. You can click it and it'll take about half a second to activate, and it puts you invisible for about 7 seconds. This is really good for getting behind enemies, but keep in mind while you're invisible, they can still hear your footsteps if you're walking or moving. If you're crouching, they can't hear you. While you're invisible, you have access to this knife. If you hit enemies in the front with it, with your right click, it'll do about 75 damage, and if you hit enemies in the back with it, it will do all of their HP, unless they have an HP buff. You can also left click with this. It does a significant amount less damage, 100 in the back and 50 in the front. And so typically you want to use this ability to rotate, or to get behind cover you shouldn't be able to. Her second ability is her E. You place this field on the ground and it'll be there for about 15 seconds, and it will keep your bar of invisibility at the same state it was whenever this invisibility field went down. So this is really good for area denial. If the enemies definitely will not try to push into this. It's also good if you place this down and you're invisible, they think you're over here, you can rotate off somewhere else, and they will stay out of that field for about 15 seconds, and you can rotate around and do a flank on the enemies. Her third ability is her T. It's a 2-step teleporter. You place this knife down into the void here, and then you can go and rotate over, fight some enemies, and while you're fighting the enemies, you can be put into a bad position. If you are, you hit your T again, and it warps you back to where you put the knife down in the first place. Keep in mind that while you were teleporting, this darkness you see encroaching around you, while you're in that state, enemies still can shoot you, so keep that in mind. Also, a good thing to keep in mind is while you are in your invisibility, you can use all of your abilities. You can place down this field, you can press your T and use your teleporter, and you can teleport back to it.
Here I am.
Another thing about your T, if the enemies see the point on the ground, they can destroy this. They can also just camp it and wait for you to teleport back if they know you're in a bad position. So at the beginning of the video, I told you I was going to show you 3 of the best ways I've learned to use Zephyr's abilities. I'm going to show you all 3 of those, and I'm going to show you a bonus tip at the end of the best way to cook your enemies as Zephyr. Get it? Cook? Because the fire and the marshmallows? Anyway, the first way is to go with the in and out strategy. I'll explain that in my next 2 clips. So in this first clip, I only have 2 abilities left. One is my teleporter that's already placed, and the other one's my Q. The enemies know exactly where I'm at based on that drone and that bomb that would just hit me. So I go invisible and I sneak over here. I try to stay silent, but I don't have enough time on the invisibility. They place down a turret, I have to pop that, the enemy spots me, I kill him really quick, and I teleport out, making me completely safe, and my team ends up winning this run.
The last 20 seconds. You won.
So in the last clip, I really highlighted the teleporter. In this one, I'm going to highlight my invisibility. So I spot the enemy on the left here, and I spot the enemy on the right. I'm telling my team not to challenge, but they end up doing it anyway, so now it's a 1v2. I see that the guy on the left right over here has no idea where I am. He's looking around for me, so I pop out my rifle and I end up getting him as he's sprinting across. I know where the other guy's at because I've spotted him already. He hears me go invisible, and so I check and see where he's looking. He's looking over to the right, and so I can just pop out of the invisibility and grab him really quick. The second best way I found to use Zephyr's abilities is to absolutely discombobulate the enemy. Them not knowing where you're going to come from or what you're going to do is your best advantage when using an invisibility character. For some context on this clip, I just killed an enemy, a main, popped around this corner here to hide, killed that guy, used my teleporter that I set up earlier, setting up another teleporter back here. I'm going to rotate back around. I do not know where the enemies are right now. I spot that the enemy's trying to see me through the wall where I was before, so then I hide around this corner here and then try to challenge him. I'm somewhat low health, and so I pop my invisibility to trick him, make him think I'm coming up behind him, and then I come out of it so that he gets scared. He knows I'm somewhere else. Maybe I rotated. He doesn't know. He's trying to watch his back, so he puts his back against the wall, and I get him really easily. The last guy, I have no idea where he is. I don't know where to look, but I spot him as I'm coming out of this door on my right. Do 75 to him. I don't have that many bullets left, so I teleport to get close to him. He did not hear me teleport, and I gun him down really easily. In this next clip, I'm playing a 1v1 game mode. There's 8 different competitors playing in this, and we have 5 lives each, and we're trying to be the last one with lives remaining. I set down my teleporter, and he didn't hear me go invisible, so I sneak over here to the left. He knows where I spawned, so he's going to be looking over there. I wait for him to push up, and I hear his footsteps. And just like I planned, he's looking over at my spawn, and I'm able to kill him with ease. And the third best way I've found to absolutely annihilate your enemies is using the quick rotation tactic. This is when you plant your teleporter over at the site you're originally defending, and as they're hitting the other site, you rotate over to that, so they think that everybody's over at that secondary site, and then when they rotate over, you're already there waiting in anticipation for them to arrive. Here I started on A site, and I have a teleporter over there where you can see I just teleported to. We were defending B site for about a minute, and we are down on players. I have to defend the A site because I know they're rotating, and they don't know I had a teleporter over here, so I'm able to swing and peek and get all 4 of them, winning my squad the round. Here's a very similar situation. I started on A site, had a teleporter over here, but went to B because my team was defending it for about a minute or so. I come to this site, I hear 2 of them pushing up. The first one swings very quickly, and then the second one jump peeks me. He should have been able to kill me. He missed a lot of shots there, but so did I. I go invisible because I hear 2 more coming. Luckily, they missed those 2 shots. I put a teleporter back here just in case. I'm worried that they're going to push up and grab this bomb or jump me really quickly, so I start nading that. I hear my teammates firing guns at him, so I know I'm free to push since they're distracted. Get one, and I get the other, winning our team the round. And as I promised earlier, a bonus tip. And the bonus tip is my favorite way to play Zephyr. It is slightly trolling. Depending on the elo that you're playing in, or depending if you're playing casual or ranked, your knife could be your best commodity, and especially your invisibility. Running at enemies when they can hear you but can't see you and has them freaking out, they don't know which way to look, and then knifing them in the back is my favorite way to play Zephyr. There's a reason this last section is called slightly trolling. It's because pretty much the whole objective is just to pop your invisibility and sprint at the enemies and stab them as quickly as possible. I start out this clip by making a horrible decision. I go invisible and I sprint up. I see this guy right here and I'm like, I'm gonna stab him in the back. Then I realized I didn't have a lot of time. For some reason he didn't shoot me coming out of invisibility. I got the lucky gunfight there. So now I'm just waiting. I think there's somebody behind me and I can't really tell for sure or not. But I pop my invisibility. I go down on site. Pop my E for area denial. My teammates are fighting this guy, so I'm free to just sprint at him and get a free knife kill. In this last video, I set up my teleporter so I can come back because I know I'm about to do something dumb. I pop my Q, I hear them in mid. I pop my E so I can stay in invisibility longer. I miss the backstab on him, only doing 75 damage. I see his teammate come up the zip line. I get a backstab on him. He comes back for a second round. I hit him for another 75 damage but didn't kill. I get him with the next knife. I hear his teammate running up. I stab him. Thankfully 75 one shot, and I come out of invisibility and grab that kill. And that's the end of the video. If you liked the video or if it helped you out in any way, please like and subscribe to the channel. This is my first YouTube video I'm posting on this channel, so it would help greatly if you left any comments letting me know anything I should do differently or anything I should change with the video. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Peace out, YouTube.